Welcome back to class, and today we are working with oblique drawings. Last class period we worked with isometric and diametric projections, and of course if you look in the family tree here, you start out with projections. You either go down the perspective side, parallel side, and of course we've been drawing in the parallel. We've On the right hand side of the parallel projection you have orthographic projection, which you have your multi-view. We've done this in third angle. We've actually even drawn in first angle at the beginning of the semester. You have axonometric projection. We've done isometric and diametric, and we're going to come up here now and go down the other road, which is the oblique projection. Now in obliques you have two. You got your cabinet and your cavalier projections, and they're really simple to draw, kind of just the same thing that you did with isometric and diametric as far as the basics of it. Very similar in how you get like your circles and your curves and radiuses and things. It's just the same type of fundamentals. And let's get on into it, and I'm going to show you how to do the difference between the cabinet and the cavalier. And first, when you start drawing these, and I'm just going to put me a line down here straight across. When you're doing the cavalier cabinet, you got to remember one thing: is you draw it up in the front just normally. All right. So if you got something just that you're looking at straight on, let's say this comes up 1 inch. Say this comes over. Zoom in here. So this comes over 1 inch, and then you come up 1 inch, then over 2. I'm just throwing this up here, then 1 inch over, and then straight down. You would draw the front just normally on both oblique types of drawings, and all you do is just take and if we go back and look, you have the cabinet and your cavalier. Now your cavalier, you go the full depth, 100%. The cabinet is 50%. It's kind of like the isometric and diametric. But on this one, I want to run it. Let's do it as the cabinet, which would be half distance, or let's do the cavalier first, which would be 100%. You set this at 30 degrees. There's 0, comes up to 30. And let's say the full distance was 1 inch back, just like that. And I'd grab that and just do a copy. Shoot me a line between that now. Just like that. Bring your line straight up here. More or less you're just connecting the dots at this point. Just like that. And really quickly, right there is what you call a cavalier projection. An oblique cavalier projection is what this is. Now, let's say for instance I want to make this right here a big radius that comes in here. Now both of this is 1 inch over, this is 1 inch up. So all you'd have to do is come here, and let's say we'll want to put a 3 inch radius here. Grab your circle, go from this end point, and let's say 4 inch radius. But 4, and again right there, do 4. Hit your center radius, grab it right there, bring it down, and type in 4, but it should smooth right into it, as you can see there. I need to trim that out. And you can see that radius there just a little bit, and I'll have to take and delete those out. And you won't even need that right there because it's going to be a curve. Now go back up here with your center radius, grab that, type in 4 here, There's your center mark, center radius, grab right there, type in 4. Should be dead on the money there. We'll trim it out. And there we go. Clean these two lines up. There's your radius on that back side. I'll leave this other one flat like that. That's how you end up getting your points to find your center of that. And then again, if you wanted to put, if you had some type of circle in here, it ended up being like an ellipse. Just go in there and do that method I showed you in that was project 21 isometric, and it'll show you how to put a circle in the front of this. Now this right here is of course your Cavalier projection. Now the cabinet projection, as you can see here, we've done the Cavalier. Cabinet is done exactly the same way, you just go half depth. That's the only difference. So if you're going to do this one in a, this right here is your Cavalier. If you're going to do this in a cabinet, honestly you could just about copy it, bring it over, and just be half distance here. So what we could do is on this should be 50%. I'm just going to do an offset of 0.5 and extend it up. Then I want to trim. Just like that. We'll find the center point of that line, probably the easiest. Midpoint. Shoot that back there. Just like that. Just like that. Back here will be the same thing. Find your midpoint. Swing it right there. Get rid of this. Grab that, pull it back there, and now on this back side just do that radius again, which would be 4, enter, 4 radius, and then put your radius in from the center point here of 4. It should mesh up just right, and you're going to do a trim. Get rid of that and that. These lines are gone. So this right here is your Cavalier projection, your oblique Cavalier. This is your oblique cabinet.